Yeah, I can do portraits aren't troublesome.
I'm saying with the drawings of the characters. Like, are you willing to do that?
Yeah, sure.
Sweet.
That's fucking awesome, dude.
Thank you. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
great.
thank you.
I'd offer you one of my magical items, but I'm sure you're not interested in any of them.
I'll take your boon.
my hat of disguise. The boon is pretty ridiculous. Yeah.
No, well, it's so funny because that is literally like my guy's thing. He's just like what's the meaning of life? To extend it beyond all means possible if necessary. Immortality.
You may be able to acquire the same boon though.
Yeah,
Kyle,
that's there. He's gonna grab it.
What race were you saying?
You know, just for silliness factor, also, and this is my kind of go-to here lately with a couple characters I've made, but are we allowed to be halflings?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can.
I like
It'll be good to have somebody on my. It'll be good to have somebody on my level, you know.
Well, if you're stubby and I'm on top of that, like make a full person.
We can get one of those trench coats, you know, and like, but if we're trying to buy one ticket to the movie theater.
Yep. Pull off at least one trench coat.
I'll put on my hat of disguise, you know.
And we're good. I mean, I definitely like the flavor of it. I mean, it's just the one that comes to mind. Halfling bard, man.
All right. Sounds good to me.
With a fucking belt of fire strength or something. What the hell?
All right,
let's be amazing later.
Let's look at item trades. Let's go to the F table first. So it's gonna be the first item in the list.
Mm-hmm.
You can't just give it. It's gotta be a trade. But then you can trade a trade. So you guys could, initially all have a different one if you wanted.
And just thinking of it too, just sidebar, like, I don't know exactly how to play that in terms of like right now in this moment, but if I think about it a little bit more, like I kind of dig being a bard wrestler with that belt. That belt is really like kind of tying me off there at the end of like, it's at level 10, like...
You got lucky. You got the belt of fire giant strength. I mean, you could literally go into a fire giant bar and start a tavern brawl.
RKO.
The difference between your belt and my belt is that mine's 23 and yours is 25. So it's literally it's a +1 difference right there.
Jesus.
So it's like it's the question of like I can give you mine if you want it, and if you want to give the 25 to the fighter, I didn't know like if the thing, or if you wanted me to give mine to the fighter and then you can keep yours, either way.
That's just more of an option of just trying to be amazing at this point. But you're losing something out of that. What were you getting out of that?
Let's go down the list. Let's start with the first
one.
I
get kind of jump ahead, sorry.
No, it's okay. No, that's the funner stuff at the bottom. Is funner even a word? More fun.
It is now.
So Ryan's got a +2 weapon. So your feats and your boons stay with you.
Right.
So we got a +2 weapon, a pearl of power. Somebody look that up for me. It's on the.
Oh, it's you regain a spell slot of 3rd level or lower.
Okay. And there's the adamantine armor splint and the wand of web.
Actually, he has the weapon of warning.
Oh, wait.
Yeah.
Did I look on the wrong line? Weapon of warning. My bad.
Warning.
Weapon of warning. Yep.
Which actually fits my character very well, because we really cannot be surprised.
I was going to say, it's Sting.
Exactly. So...
I mean, Wand of Web, I'm guessing, is very straightforward. It casts a web spell, I guess?
Yeah.
I like my hat of disguise, because if I want to, I can go full tabaxi, or I can go full dwarf with it, you know?
I think the Wand of Web would be good too. Like you could just cast that, and I can just run up and stab him in the face.
Wand of Web. The wand has 7 charges. When holding it, use an action to spend one of its charges to cast the web spell. Save DC 15. Regains 1d6 +1 every dawn. If you expend the last charge, you roll a d20 on a 1. The wand breaks.
That's pretty good. Especially with your illusions and stuff like that, like
Yeah,
just
I dig it.
controlling
Yeah.
the battlefield.
Yeah, I dig it. I like it.
Hmm.
Says it's an uncommon item, requires attunement by a spellcaster. Okay.
Perfect. Good thing I think I'm one of those.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are. The most bullshit of all spellcasters.
Your hat of disguise is going to be interesting because you're going to be short. So.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
did you want to trade the Hat of Disguise, Ryan, or are you good with it?
I'm good with it. Yeah.
Um,
I don't know what I would trade it for.
Pearl of Power, Andrew has. He's probably going to keep that as a wizard, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Weapon of Warning is staying with Dylan.
Perfect. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Wanda Web will stay with Kyle. So.
Yeah.
Okay.
I definitely like the hat with the hat between races, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Like
yeah,
I can go like full Tabaxi with it. I can go full Dwarf with it. Like.
That's actually, yeah, that fits.
Yeah.
Okay, so now jumping to the G table ones. Ryan has a +2 weapon. Andrew has a ring of spell storing, so you're probably gonna keep that one too, yeah?
Yeah.
That feat too for a wizard, like.
Yeah, that was probably. Then we got the armor, and then we got the ring of evasion. Which might fit the bard. I don't know.
It wouldn't be something punchy things.
Can bards use medium armor?
They can.
I think so.
I'd be willing to trade the adamantine armor for the ring of evasion because I think Dex is going to be one of my lower stats, just because he's an old character.
Mm.
Oh no, they only get light armor. No.
Only light armor. All right.
Yeah.
Never mind.
He'd have to take a feat for that.
Yeah.
Which you can do when you level up, because you got to take into consideration when you get the get the item at what level. So if you have the opportunity to gain a feat, you can plan picking that.
It would literally near enough line up with your feat gain, Kyle.
I'm sorry, go ahead. What was that?
It would nearly enough line up with your feat gain, because level 4 you would get your next one, and you could choose to get medium armor.
But if you do the feat though, you're doing it in lieu of stat increase.
Yeah.
Which I usually do feats, but that's just how I play. I usually see more gain from feats than just a standard stat bump. Because it's only a modifier, you still gotta roll d20, you know, so if you shit roll an additional 1 or 2 points may not actually make it succeed.
I'm just thinking, if I have heavy armor master, I could get plate mail and... Oh, wait, hold on. What does heavy armor master even do?
It gives you the -3, I think, on bludgeoning, piercing, slashing, all that shit.
Feats start on 165.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
Heavy armor master feats.
Okay, so I will have proficiency with heavy armor. My strength score increases by 1, and yeah, all damage or bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing is decreased by 3.
It's
so
nice.
if I get plate mail with that, that's pretty awesome.
That'll make your dex even worse for being stealthy.
Yeah.
So
but that's what the ring of evasion's for.
What is
Because if I fail, it has 3 charges, regains 1d3 expended charges at dawn. When you fail a dex save while wearing it, you can use reaction to expend one of its charges to succeed instead.
Oh, it's automatic. Dude, that's perfect then. So if it's like that doesn't really matter. You don't use it, but if it's like we have to get through this and you're clunky, you just burn it out. That's actually really good.
Fucking light armor. Gosh damn it.
It's not a skill. It's not on a skill check though. It's on a saving throw.
Yeah. But at the same time, though, if stealth and stuff like that, but also, I mean, if I have to catch someone who's falling or dodge a trap or some shit like that, and I'm in plate mail.
Yeah, it's your dragons. It's your dragons shooting stuff or AoE stuff and saving throw stuff.
You know, Kyle, you did seem more interested in multi-classing. Like you could get medium armor from a multi-class instead of a feat. Because a bard's...
How far down to a bard would you want to go?
Yeah.
I mean,
At least 6.
I mean, here's the thing: is like, if I was multi-class and I'm gonna keep going this WWE direction, fighter would be the only one that makes sense.
Mhm.
We have a fighter, so to open that up in terms of locking makes it. And I mean, I don't need the Ring of Evasion, by the way. I mean,
Yeah, I think Dex is one of the stats that bards are best at, and you're a halfling as well,
Yeah.
so you get a bonus to it.
yeah. So this might be more of a time to help a fellow out here in terms of getting it over where it should probably be at. So I'm okay with that.
Okay.
So you're gonna pass the Ring of Evasion to Dylan.
Yeah, and then he'll get the adamantine splint armor, which is pretty awesome as well.
for Kyle.
Yeah.
Are you guys writing all this down? We'll actually get into the character creation, but I just for the
I'll
we
write
have
it
the
down.
roles,
Mhm.
in the chat, but we don't have the items.
Oh,
character, so it's-
adamantine armor. Any crit against you becomes a normal hit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't be crit.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's
It's
pretty
so crazy.
good. Especially because you guys remember what I said about crit rolls?
Exploding
pretty good.
dice.
Exploding
Yep.
dice.
It's pretty good
Yeah.
for a support character.
I'm just taking a look at it. Splint armor doesn't negatively affect casting. I don't.
No.
No. The only time, if you're not proficient in the armor, then you
It
cannot
would.
do stuff
Right.
with it.
It would. Okay.
You
I
would
mean,
essentially just have to
basically-
take the feat or multi-class.
Basically,
Yeah.
this splint armor just became my wrestling attire. So that's just like some.
It's literally just like it's just a luchador hood. It's a luchador hood and a cape. That's all it is.
like some Legion of Doom shit, but halfling. I like it. Cool.
So
It's
everybody's
a
good.
17. Man. It's pretty baller for
Yeah.
a fucking caster to have.
I mean, the only thing I look at that I wish I could change would be the feet, but I mean, like, because Keen Mind just seems so perfect for a historian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't necessarily feel the wizard would need the spell sniping. From what I know that I do as a wizard, it's not necessarily a thing I need. But none of you are pretty much like spellcasters. But the spell feat, you do get one cantrip to attack with, one spell shooter with it. Did anyone want to have a ranged option?
For,
I mean, here's the thing. If we're
For-
looking ahead that far,
for which
like
one? What
Spell sniper. When you spell snipe, you double extend your range.
the feats
You
aren't
ignore
tradable.
3/4. Oh, they're not. Okay,
Yeah,
never
feats
Never mind.
and boons
Leave it.
are stuck. Yep.
mind. Okay.
Now, if you
yeah, for
want-
that though.
if you want additional feats or boons, you either got to plan
Yeah.
that out with how you level your character or purchase them in the game, which you guys will learn about.
At the
Okay.
same time, though, if you spell sniper and I'm like fighting someone in melee, you can just deck that dude in the face with a firebolt.
Oh yeah. It's what, Kyle?
Like way the fuck over there, dude.
Oh, Kyle. No.
Yeah, I'm just stabbing a guy with a war pick, and all of a sudden his head catches on fire. I'm like, oh shit!
Yeah, and I mean it's good, especially because I think that'll be the majority of damage from the wizard, anyways. Because I always feel wizards are better as utility agents rather than damagers. Sorcerers are one-trick damagers. They will blow shit up like crazy.
I'd trade you my keen mind if I could, man.
That's okay. It's all good. So now the belts.
Yes. So we'll go for
Any of you
the
guys ever
G
play
for the
EverQuest?
H.
When you drop your weapon on the ground in EverQuest, it always points north. I just imagine my character like setting his sword down all the time because I can always tell what north is. I don't know, guys. Let's find out. I just throw my
Hold
weapon
on.
on the ground.
There it
That's pretty good.
I like it.
All right, H table. Ryan has weapon +3. Andrew has the Frost Giant belt or stone, whichever one you want. Dylan's got the +3 weapon. So we got 2 +3 weapons. And Kyle has the other belt, Fire Giant.
Belts and weapons. That's what they are.
Yeah, man. Belts. I mean, I don't really know what we would even trade at that point because it's just we're just swapping things between each other.
Well, it's a different stats though. I mean, like who would benefit of having the better of the two? Because one's a +2, one's +3, and then the two belts have different stats.
Well, I know that Dylan has a weapon of warning, but are you thinking of dual wielding or are you thinking of single hand?
I'm thinking of two-handed.
Okay, so it'd be kind of weird to have a weapon of warning and then a +3 weapon for you.
I would. That's the problem though, because like the weapon of warning is good, just for the fact of its ability, but a +3 weapon for a fighter,
It's
like,
good.
Yeah.
He's gonna get the most benefit out of a +3 weapon.
But then, of course, if you get the belt giant, you get the plus
20. Yeah.
6,
Yep.
which is then technically an additional to your damage no matter what when you hit.
True. Plus, you get the
It's a
strength modifiers too.
Yeah.
Pretty insane strength scores there.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
We got 2 belts. I was thinking we weren't even gonna get one.
I mean,
think
honestly,
that-
it could be that we have the 2 fighters, the paladin and the warrior, who are perfect in strength, and the 2 little weaklings just suddenly, it's like everybody.
We all lift the Tarrasque.
Yeah.
On 3.
Shit. Yeah. A +3 weapon for a wizard though, would that be like a staff or a wand? Like, would you even be able to utilize that
Yeah.
at all?
If I was doing, because this is an elf is proficient in long sword, short bow, and longbow.
Yeah.
So I can technically use it as that if I was to be someone who would use things like that. The majority of my logic would be longbow, casting haste on myself, shooting twice with it. That would be the initial thought combo. But then at the same time, concentration spells are best used other ways. The majority of the reason why any wizard would start using weapons is if magic is useless against hurting the creature.
Well, that's true, and a lot of the higher tier enemies do actually have immunity to magic, such as the Tarrasque.
Yeah.
I would trade my +3 for one of the belts, but the strength is still useful for either of your characters in so many other ways, you know?
Yeah, because if I did use a sword or anything, any melee weapon, I still can technically use strength.
Yeah.
To hit. But then the spell sniping is like, meh.
Yeah.
It's a hard choice, honestly.
I don't mind either way. We can all be
I'll jump out front and say, if we're gonna do trades, I still want a belt out of this somewhere because I got a belt. I want to keep a belt. Damn it!
No,
I don't
it's
care
totally
which
fitting
one.
for your character with that
That's fine.
falling feat for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can all just be champion tug of wars.
Just be a multi-class in the pugilist.
So,
I
Ryan
can think on
and
it.
Andrew are thinking about taking the weapons, and then Dylan and Kyle are taking the belt. Is that
I don't know what you guys are doing.
I mean, Dylan can keep his weapon if he wants. It's fine.
Oh, Dylan's gonna take the weapon. So who's
I'm just
getting
trying to
the
think.
belt?
I'm trying to think about it honestly, just because like
The belts
I already
are
have a magical
huge-
weapon.
Huge.
Yeah.
But I mean, technically, your magical weapon. I don't think your magical weapon has to be in your hand for it to activate. It can just be
It
on your
doesn't.
person, like
Yeah.
a dagger or a short sword, and then you wield it whatever.
The thing is, a +3 weapon is magical, and that would be good for things that are resistant to damage that is not magical.
Yes, exactly.
But
yeah.
if I have a strength bonus, my weapon's already magical, so I don't need the +3. I'll get the automatic plus whatever from the belt.
Yeah.
So I don't even have to worry about the +3 being calculated into damage because it's automatic.
The nice thing also about it is that if you wanted to, you technically, because fighters obviously ability scores, aka feats, spots.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of them. You can choose not to pump up your strength if you feel like you're going to get a strength belt down the line.
I'll trade for the belt.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't think because of how I'm setting up where you guys gotta pre-build your characters, it's not meta-ing, it's not frowned upon for planning like the, I know I'm gonna be getting this item, so I'm purposely not going to waste something up front. You can plan your stats and your feats and stuff around these known items. I'm not here to fuck you guys over, I want you guys to get set up for success, so.
So the real question is, so we have the fire and we have the ice one. I mean, like I said, I don't care which belt I get, but we should probably have a conversation about which belt's better for who, right? I mean,
So
Is
who
it
gets-
is it just
who's-
it's just the numbers, right? That's
Yeah.
all
One
it
has
is.
another +1. Yours,
Yeah.
the fire is a 25, which makes it a +7, I think.
Jesus Christ, Manatties.
Yeah.
Good job, Kyle.
So one's a +7 and one's a +6.
Yeah.
And you said the ice one could be ice
think.
or stone?
No, it's the other way
Ice
around. Sorry, +5 and +6. +5, +6.
So the frost can be a stone, and the
fire is fire.
20's
Yeah,
+5. 20's +5. So 22 is +6, and
Oh.
24 is +7.
All right, so yeah, +6 and
Yeah.
7. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think my strength is going to be higher than yours anyway. So, I think thinking about multiclassing, or even honestly, if you're a bard, you do get into melee from time to time as well. If I'm wearing plate armor, I don't need to do as much damage as you would need to do because I can just suck up some hits and keep on trucking. So I'm fine with like the lesser of the belts.
Okay, that's okay. Cool with me, man.
Cool.
Keep the fire belt. Do I grow like a fire beard? Does that how that works?
No, your shits are fiery though.
Okay,
So, yeah.
that's fair. That's fair. That's fair. It's a flaw. It's a quirk.
All right.
Cool.
Let's see. So is everybody happy with their feet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The boon of speed gives me like +30 speed, right?
It's 30 or 40.
It's something ridiculous. Yeah.
I'm gonna be a fucking freight train, just running, just a plate mailed fucking fighter with a claymore, just rushing and screaming his head off. Terrifying.
I'm gonna look it
I
up
love
'cause
it.
I don't remember off the top of my head.
Yeah, I can't.
Walking
remember.
speed's increased by 30 feet. In addition, you can use a bonus action to take the dash or disengage action. Once you do so, you can't do it again until you finish a short rest.
Wait, isn't dash my bonus action anyway? No, that's a rogue shit. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So my speed's increased by 30 anyway, so
Yes.
I'd have 60 feet, and then I
Only
could
at
dash
level-
for 120 feet.
But only at level 20.
Yeah, but
Right.
still, like that's when I'm most dangerous.
Yeah, exactly.
Just charge the final horseman, just screaming my
Oh,
head
okay.
off like a crazy man.
So yeah, boon of luck. It just means that I roll a d10 on any ability check, attack roll, or saving throw only once per short rest.
Oh, and then you add that D10.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
what it was. Okay.
But yeah, irresistible offense. You can bypass damage resistance.
Yes.
No one can resist you.
Sounds about right. That's in everyday life.
That's a
And-
glamour bard if I ever heard one.
Armor Pard.
Not mentally, not physically.
I love it. I think this was good too, man, because as we're going here, for someone who's indecisive such as myself, it kind of helps flesh things out a little bit more than... Like, I had a sentence with a fill in the blank, you know? Like, so I had the sentence there in terms of the idea for, like, certain things in my mind.
Mhm.
And as we're going, it's just helping fill in the blanks. So it's kind of nice. Just like
Yeah.
the reflecting time kind of thing.
You guys have all run games and you've all been players. So comparing the process we just did versus stuff you've done for players or been in, how do you guys feel about it? Like for just changing things for future, what's your recommendation?
It's a lot more intricate than I usually just tell my guys like make your fucking character. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
It's a lot more fun. I mean,
It's definitely more fun. I think the reason when you do it this way is when you know you're going to have players that are going to stick around for the duration of the campaign.
Right.
Yep.
yeah. And Dylan, you're a human.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was gonna do Goliath, but that's too meta.